Record number of boys called the Children's Counselling Service Childline last year, doubling the amount seeking help. At around 11,000 calls focused on physical and sexual abuse. Alex Gray joins us now. Alex, welcome. Thanks very much for being with us.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself in a...
So give us a flavour of the sort of type of calls that you're getting.
Well, I mean, we get a range of calls constantly. That can range from anything from young people being worried about their parents not letting them watch a DVD at night, right up to some quite serious physical and sexual abuse. Number one, we are there to listen to young people, and sometimes that is all a young person will need. If it's more serious sexual, physical abuse, even emotional abuse, we will be speaking to them about maybe involving other organisations such as social services. What we hear quite a lot is that these young people actually end up almost as carers, maybe for their parents, for their siblings, and when you think that this is young people as young as 5, what a huge burden to be carrying. All the calls to Childline are confidential, so that means that we don't pass it on to anyone else. If a child wants us to speak to someone else about them with their permission, then we would take their details, but most of the time we don't ask for their details.
So it's kind of confidential unless they ask for it to be unconfidential?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We wouldn't tell anyone unless we felt they were in danger or they were speaking about someone else who could harm other young people. If you think over the past few years, there's been a real culture change. There's been a move away from the traditional big boys don't cry idea. Even in schools, for example, we're seeing many more boys seeking help from teachers, from peer supporters, and actually speaking about how they feel. So we are moving away, we are seeing a change in culture in terms of boys and expressing their feelings. The thing about racist bullying is it really attacks something really, really personal to you. So the effect that has on your self-esteem, how you feel inside, is massive. So it can be really bad. All types of bullying are obviously really terrible for the person suffering it, but this is particularly bad.
So if you know that your parents are going to split up, what should you do?
Well, it's important to remember it's probably a last option, so speak to them, ask them why they're splitting up. It's also important to speak to them about how you're feeling, or a teacher, or a friend, or someone at Childline. It's also important to remember to look after yourself and do things that make you feel happy. So maybe listen to a CD, or go and play a sport if that's what you're good at.
Tonight, Alex Gray from Childline and myself are here to help you. You're listening to The Surgery. Tonight is a bullying special. So, on line 2, hello Beth.
Hi.
Hello, how can we help?
Basically I was bullied about a year or so ago, and it went on for like a relatively short time, like 6-7 months. It was kind of like 3 or 4 people that were kind of, you get what I mean, like the ringleaders.
Yeah.
And then everyone else was sort of like, well, what's the point in not doing it? You might as well, everyone else is doing it.
I think Beth, it's even about things like body language, so kind of how you're standing when they're coming and they're saying things to you, how you're reacting. If you can show in your body language even that actually you're not that bothered, they can say whatever they like, it's not having an effect on you, they're going to get bored, they're going to go away. And Beth, I think you've actually taken the first step in doing that, because as we all have an emotional reaction to something, and we can't deal with our own emotional reaction until we are aware of it. And you've already said, yeah, you've got a little bit of a problem with your anger when that happens. If you know that that's how you're going to react, the first step is saying, okay, I'm not going to get angry here.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm